got it in from there with a Rabona. Come on.
This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto, and the Leafs are back in action tonight against Philly. And that means one thing to me. My guy Torts is in town. Like, I wonder what he does, you know? What's his post-game? Is he gonna go to a little spot near Scotiabank for a sundae after the game? Does he get a sundae if he loses or a sundae if he wins? You know, what's his game? Well, we gotta start with a group of sick players and their status tonight. According to head coach Sheldon Keefe, it looks to be heading in the right direction for Tavares, Marner, and Nylander.
They look like they're good to go. So that's how we're approaching it right now.
On the Philly side of things, they're actually third in the Metro and in a playoff spot. But they do have 4 players in the most recent TSN trade bait board, which is tied for the most with Anaheim, including number 2 defenseman Sean Walker and number 4 center Scott Laughton. Philly is kind of in a weird spot, as they're a rebuilding team that's overachieving and pushing to the playoffs. So it's going to be intriguing to see how they handle this deadline. Now, despite being held off the score sheet Tuesday against the Blues, Auston Matthews has been on an absolute heater over the last month, as he's got 9 goals and 6 assists in his last 10 games, and right now he's got 42 and 50, which puts him on pace for 67 on the season. We know he's got to hit 70, right? This has to be the year he hits 70, and the year they make it past the second round of the playoffs. All these things will happen. And those of you in the Leafs region can watch the Flyers and Leafs on TSN. Coverage begins tonight at 6:30 Eastern. To the association, and we were hit with a Woj bomb yesterday, and a big one. As the story dropped that there was a 24-hour window before the trade deadline, where the Warriors made an unsuccessful bid to trade for LeBron James. These talks even included owner-to-owner conversations. Can you imagine LeBron and Steph Curry together? Unstoppable. LeBron and the Lakers, though, eventually shut down the talks. And after last night's loss to the Clippers, Steph talked about the report.
Obviously, a guy like LeBron, you would probably call just to see. I don't know what the depths of those conversations were, but that was a nice little surprise this morning, for sure.
You can kind of see the look in Steph's eye for a brief moment, where he imagines what it would be like playing with LeBron. But that did get us wondering, with LeBron on a player option next season, what would be the best place for him to land to win ring number 5? Here's ESPN's Zach Lowe.
Philly, with all that cap space and Joel Embiid sitting there, is the most natural fit for if he just wants to have the best chance of winning a championship. That's the dream scenario for the Sixers, and his best shot maybe at winning a championship.
Philly? What's this Philly getting good stuff? Okay? I don't like it. I want some stuff for Toronto. What if he came to the Raptors, eh? But it doesn't really seem like LeBron would realistically want to leave LA. Here's Woj.
At this point in his career, listen, I'm told his focus is still on remaining with the Lakers, and that the Lakers believe that.
All that makes sense, especially the way the Lakers are playing right now, because it does look like we'll see LeBron in the postseason, as they've won 3 straight and 6 of their last 7, and are currently sitting 9th in the West, with 5 through 10 pretty tight. So it wouldn't shock us if he avoided the play-in. And remember, once the offseason comes, the Lakers are once again eligible to trade up to 3 first-round picks, which could be enough to bring another star to LA. Everyone's playing in the NHL tonight, except for Phil Kessel, who is still unsigned. But with the Canucks taking a close look at him, he did skate with Abbotsford yesterday. Yeah, I mean, he looks like he's moving a little slow, but he was just at the Super Bowl, so, you know, we're all moving slow. Kessel last played for the Golden Knights a season ago, where he became a 3-time Stanley Cup champion. But he's been unsigned this season until now, where it seems that the wheels are turning slowly in Vancouver. Kessel can provide even more depth for a team that just acquired Elias Lindholm, but he also could hit a pretty important milestone in the process. Kessel is not only the NHL's Iron Man, but he needs just 8 points to get to 1,000. And between him and Blake Wheeler, they'll be just the 99th and 100th on the list of 1,000-point scorers in hockey history. A big part of this potential move, we imagine, is the relationship Phil and head coach Rick Tocchet have. Tocchet and Kessel won 2 cups together with the Penguins, and Phil had some of his best seasons in Pittsburgh, especially in the playoffs. And for a team that's trying to win the cup, adding a guy like Kessel to the mix could only be a good thing, as there's only 2 players in the Canucks roster that have rings. Phil would make it a 3rd. I mean, that would be nice. It would be nice for Phil to just get back into the Canadian mix, you know? To soccer, and we got some breaking news. According to transfer guru Fabrizio Romano, Kylian Mbappe has informed PSG that he will leave the club this summer. The terms of the departure are not yet agreed upon, though, with Romano speculating what many have said for a while now, that his next likely destination could be Real Madrid.
As of today, Kylian Mbappe has not signed anything yet with any club, but Real Madrid keep working on the deal with total confidence.
Dang, talk about a super team. Time now for my favorite segment on yours, Why We Love Sports Today.
Why we love sports today.
It's been a rough go this season for Detroit Mercy in college basketball, as they were 0-26 entering last night. But they did get their first win of the season. And one fan was so fired up, he decided to do a college tradition, and that was storm the court. Only no one else got the memo.
81-66. Your final score here today.
He's all alone. Uh-oh. I'm sorry. There wasn't a lot of storming going on there, okay? That was a little arms raised. We're all my friends, but it's tough out there when you're all alone. That's all. We'll see you right back in tomorrow 3 Eastern. No Pacific! Have a good one. Also, I'm sorry, guys. Were we flexing Sasky today or what? Like, shall we? Like, what's all that about, eh? Yeah, Saskatoon.